going all the way back to the garden when they began to listen to a voice that was not God's, and they ended up sinning. What does God ask? Adam, where are you? Next question was, who told you that?
I just think the shame of this internet world that we have, that sometimes we have more emotion towards people we've connected with from following on social media than the people that are actually in our lives on a day-to-day basis.
I'm trying to understand this as well. So I'm wondering, how sometimes you deny something is there and so you suppress it, but it's still going to come back out. So I think that we live in a culture that is in denial about eternity and like what happens after death and how significant that is. And if you do that, like in churches today, there's tremendous pressure on preachers not to talk about, say, hell and judgment and things like that. And so a lot of preachers have gone quiet on that. Mm-hmm. And when they go quiet on that, they just preach this thing like everybody's going to go to heaven. And so it creates this almost mythical positivity about death. And then at the same time, it's actually not talked about very much at all. And so there's a suppression. And is it possible that it's coming out in the way that you're saying it? That nobody's talking about it, so we're going to make a big deal when this happens. Mm. But on the other hand, you've got a thing like Billie Eilish, who came out just yesterday, and she's 19 years old, very famous singer, but she said at 11 she got addicted to porn and it wrecked her brain. And so this is an evil thing, porn, and through technology that she wouldn't have had access to 40 years ago, she's saying it literally wrecked her brain. So technology, in my opinion, can be used for good or bad. The problem right now is most of technology, certainly in the United States, is being controlled by media and big corporations who do not have the values of Jesus. They do not have Judeo-Christian values, and they're using their platform to promote their narrative and their belief, which actually hurts people in the long run.
Biblically, appreciate that, Bobby. Biblically, God has always wanted us to depend on Him. That's our relationship with Him. I created you. I made you. You're mine. I want you to depend on me. Going all the way back to the garden when they began to listen to a voice that was not God's, and they ended up sinning. What does God ask? Adam, where are you? Next question was, who told you that? Like, where are you getting this from? I'm your source. So when we leave a dependence on God and depend on other things, that's where we begin to become problematic. And that's anything. That's technology. That's any kind of source outside of God that we depend on.